Hi, what's up? What's up, everyone? I'm Schwartz, and yes, Southeast Asia RPG Maker Showcase is back once again! This is our second year hosting this special event, bringing together indie games made with RPG Maker and other RPG Maker inspired projects from across Southeast Asia. I'm so happy to be back as your host and to share this moment with all of you. The game you just saw was Luna Has Gone, an erotic, mature themed RPG featuring charming characters and engaging gameplay system. The game is scheduled for a demo release next year, so if you're interested, be sure to follow updates from Lumi Digitan. Of course, none of this would not be possible without an amazing support from so many people. Especially you, yes, you, our audience, and the hardworking team behind the scenes. Huge thanks to Daybloom Project, Starmage Games, Lumi Digitan, Southeast Asia Game Aesthetics, and this year's generous sponsor, BitEgg. While not every game featured here is made with RPG Maker, they all share a love for storytelling and creativity. One standout is Lost and Found Co., a cozy, casual game full of charm. If you haven't checked it out yet, please do. It's absolutely delightful. But to keep things moving forward, let's jump right into the main show of the Southeast Asia RPG Maker Showcase. That's not my business. A quest to collect the drops. Who's hiding in the frost? Why is this our last? Mixing for Success
พระเจ้าวิเศษบอกข้าเถิดทำไมข้ายังไม่ประสบความสำเร็จเสียทีไม่ต้องไปถามให้ลำบากหรอกมานี่สิฉันจะบอกให้
ตอนนี้จะสโนว์หรือว่าพ่อคุณก็ไม่อยู่แล้วด้วยทางที่ดีส่งสูตรลับไปให้มันเถอะครับ
จะบ้าเหรอถ้าส่งให้มันเราจะเสียทั้งงานทั้งร้านของฉันไปหมดเลยสิยะ
แล้วมันคุ้มค่าขนาดที่คุณต้องเสี่ยงชีวิตเพื่อสูตรเดียวจริงๆเหรอครับ
สูตรลับนั่นและร้านนี้มันสมควรเป็นของฉันตั้งแต่แรกต่อให้ฉันจะต้องใช้วิธีสกปรกอีกกี่หนฉันก็จะทำ
A Banquet of Terror Anthologies Welcome to the future! It all began in the dungeon. time to manage the bathhouse. A Yuri tale beyond the journey's end. Choose your own fate.
黄色なワイフォトリオディエカッコエスピエディドゥエニタラヒルスシリーズニタヒュフラヒリウェダイニエ
A story of the face. RPG Maker was the game itself. Crack the code. Unlock the truth. Not a dream, just pure chaos. Time to get O2'd. This is your familiar place. Help them reach the house. searching for a legendary weapon. Welcome to Serencia.
ผมเดินทางไกลเกินไป ผมเจ็บปวดกับความเหนื่อยที่ไร้ความหมาย ผมรู้ว่าผมต้องรับมันให้ได้ แต่ผมไม่รู้ว่าผมจะจัดการยังไง ผมต้องย้อนกลับไปที่ความทรงจำช่วงเวลาที่ผมไม่ต้องคิดอะไรผมมีเพื่อนที่ถูกจดจำในหัวผม และผมวนกลับไปหาเธอ
Hey, look for me! What? You won't see this coming.
Here comes the Tetra! We're healed. No sorrow.
Handle this!
Re-energize.
Eyes over here, pal.
Well, did you know? The Southeast Asia RPG Maker Showcase has plans to host a full Steam event in the future. A major curated feature that highlights all our showcase games in one place. Unfortunately, due to time and scheduling constraints, we won't be able to pull it off this time. But if there is a next round, we'll do our best to make it happen, including a collection of titles from both the 2024 and 2025 showcase that are available on Steam. But for now, we're excited to announce a special treat, a Steam bundle made especially for fans of 2D RPG horror games, featuring spooky creations from across Southeast Asia. Introducing the Southeast Asia RPG Horror Bundle, a curated collection of 4 chilling, spooky RPG horror titles. In a bit of Tales, The Last Bloom, Mimi Cries, you can now grab all of them together at 15% off compared to buying them separately. And that's not all. We're planning to expand the bundle with more spooky, chilling horror titles in the future. If you're a developer and want to be part of it, feel free to reach out through our social media channels at Southeast Asia RPG Maker Showcase. We hope to keep doing more bundles like this in the future. So don't forget to follow us on X, formerly Twitter, at SEARM Showcase to stay updated. Ta-da! Up next, we're diving into a special segment focused on the stories and tools used by RPG Maker developers. Welcome to Maker Lab! Let's not waste any time, let's jump right into it!
สวัสดีครับ Hello my name is Step from Thailand. People know me as Monster Hunter and I am now developing a solo project called Artisan Acre under the name Artillery Hunter. My game development career started 11 years ago in late 2014 with RPG Maker VX as a member of a local community named iRPG. Yes, and with resource and help from that community, I released my first game in the early 2015 named Abandoned City Infiltrated Town. That's so hard to pronounce. Using the VXX version. And by that time, I am just like 12 years old. So the game might look a little bit off. So yeah, that's the first release in my life. 2 months later, with overly boosted confidence, I tried to start a very project in my standard, but I can't finish it. The project name is 2190 Indochina War. Luckily, the community is kind and didn't shun me for acting too confident in the period before. Since that time, from 2015 to 2023, there's 2 to 4 notable projects I made in RPG Maker, and none of which was finished. Including the most important one is what I call the first hit game, which is what I consider as the ancestor of my current project. Nowadays, I use Unity. The broken point of me and RPG Maker is that mention the first hit game, because you know it's hard to make overcomplicated Stardew clone in RPG Maker. But RPG Maker, yes, it gave me a lot. I mean, I couldn't have learned C# in 1 month and fully transitioned to Unity in 6 months without all the skill it gave me, like programming logic, art, game design, other kind of things that relate to game development. Yes, and with those skills combined with idea and implementation I discovered in my RPG Maker era, I'm now making the game I mentioned earlier, Artisan Acre, a food production simulation game. So of course, I would like to thank RPG Maker a lot. There may be have been a period there where I complain about things in the engine, but having considered all my history carefully, I think it's safe to say that it's RPG Maker that got me here. Yeah, thank you. ขอบคุณครับ
RPG Maker Action Combat is a plugin that makes creating action-based systems more convenient than ever. With its fully equipped, it's perfect for building upon and turning into projects of your dreams. Here is a video protecting some of systems improving the plugin. Platform Tuning System is designed for creating platforming shooter game. It comes with a built-in gravity system, shooting mechanic, enemy, and event board, all made entirely with event command. No plugin required. Here is a video showcasing some of the features in action. And every you ahead to next year Maker Lab. We can wait to see what amazing system from Southeast Asia developer will bring to the stage. Now let me turn to our host to carry the show forward.
And that brings us to the end of this year's Southeast Asia RPG Maker Showcase. So, what did you think? Did any of the game catches your eyes? Or maybe spark your curiosity? Before we say goodbye, we'd like to share a short message from this year's showrunner himself. A little something from behind the scene. That's right! As mentioned, the Southeast Asia RPG Maker Showcase will be back next year. As for what form it will take, well, be sure to follow us on X or Twitter via Southeast Asia RPG Maker Showcase or Daybloom Project for updates. That's it from us this time. Thank you so much for staying with us until the end. See you next time, and goodbye for now.